Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. I am here for RuPaul's Drag Race. This is season 12, episode 3. The challenge was improv this week, the world's worst. I know I'm super late, but again, this light, this light drives me crazy, but um it's been a busy weekend yet again. By Friday, my son's school hadn't canceled because of the coronavirus, so they still had a track meet. The football booster club had to work concessions, so I was at a track meet all night to about 10 o'clock. So when I got home, I was frozen. It was cold here in Tennessee on Friday. I was frozen. I just wanted to thaw off and go to sleep. Saturday, school was canceled for 2 weeks, and so now my husband was out grocery shopping. I was in the house cleaning and preparing for school being out, extra time. I didn't even watch the show Saturday. Today, Sunday, everyone is scared of the coronavirus. Everyone is concerned, but my husband wants to have a dinner party, which he can do that. He can do that. So today I'm prepping for a dinner party and cleaning again and cleaning before and after. I definitely cleaned after everyone left. One person had the nerve to be sick. I'm not going to go there, y'all. Let's talk about RuPaul's Drag Race. But I just wanted to explain why my video is so late. So, you know how the episode opened. Everybody looking at everybody, sizing them up week 1 and week 2, whatever. They talked a little bit of crap about each other. We the talented group. We the most talented group. Whatever. So, let's just get into the show. First, the little mini challenge wasn't really a mini challenge. The top 2 winners, Widow and Jada, were assigned a little shady task. They had to pick the premier opposite of them and line them up in the orders that they think from most talented to least talented. Okay, now mind you, they have nothing to go off of. Maybe this little 10-15 minute conversation they had in the workroom, sizing each other up and what they looked like when they first saw each other, because they didn't see the challenge. The only thing they know for sure is that Widow and Jada won, and they knew Gigi and Sherry came in second. So let's go through the order. Jada put Gigi, Britta, Nikki Doll, Jackie, Crystal, then Heidi. Off of looks, I can understand why she did that. Gigi is gorgeous. And Gigi came in second. So of course Gigi got first. Britta, I don't know why she put Britta second, but okay. I would have put Britta second as well. Nikki would not have been third. I would have gave that to Chris. No, not Crystal. I would have gave that to Jackie. And Nikki would have gotten fourth for me. Heidi would have went before Nikki. That's only because I saw the challenge. Now Heidi does need to work on her makeup and some of her looks. I can see why she got last, but since I saw the challenge, Heidi would have went higher than Nikki. It would have been Jackie, Heidi, Nikki. Then I would have put Crystal last. Like, I can't stand that Trixie makeup. And even this week, we gonna get into it, but Crystal would have been last. Now, Widow picked Sherry because she came in second. Jan, I would agree with Jan. Dahlia, Rockham, then Aiden. When Widow explained multiple times throughout this episode why she put Aiden last, I understood. Aiden was the most quiet. He seemed the least confident. Okay, you last. But Aiden definitely would have switched place with Dahlia. Rockham would have stayed where she was, and Dahlia would have been last. But that's because I saw the challenge last week. So the twist of this exercise is this week is an improv challenge. There's going to be 4 teams. Widow and Jada, you are team captains, but Heidi and Aiden also get to be team captains because they were picked last. Good twist, Rue. That was a good twist. So let's get into these 4 teams. We have Jada, Jan, Rockham, and Dahlia. I guess Jada just picked everybody from her original group. Widow, Nikki, and Crystal. Widow pretty much did the same. Heidi picked Jackie and Gigi. I guess she did the same. I don't know. I'm confused. But then Aiden picked Sherry and Britta, and that was a little mixture. It wasn't all the same. So the twist is Rockham got picked last. Now I don't understand. We didn't get to see. No one got to see each other perform. So Rockham got picked last. I think a lot of it had to do with like Widow. She messed up by picking her friends. She's cool with Crystal. That's her Missouri girl. And from what little bit I saw in the workroom, she looks to be really cool with Nikki Doll. Widow. Don't pick your friends. Pick the people that's going to help you win the challenge, girl. Because she picked the worst, too. But Rockham got to pick where she wanted to go, and she went over to Jada's team. Okay, let's get into what they talking about in the workroom. They get their little sheets of what their improv skit's going to be about. They go to Aiden's group first. They have 3 girls, 1 brain. Off top, I don't like their skit. I think they have the worst idea of everybody talking alike. But I liked Aiden's idea. The name of the show is The World's Worst. And if your little talent is being able to be in sync with 2 other people, but you're the worst, Aiden's idea of not being in sync was a great idea to me, because you kind of are the best if you're able to be in sync. I don't know. But this was the beginning of me not liking the way Britta and Sherry talked to Aiden. They kind of talked down to her, talking about you're not a good leader and all of this. And that was just the beginning of me. We already don't like Sherry from the news we've heard of what she has done in her past. So I already got that, I don't care about Sherry too much. And you're not going to hear me talk about Sherry too much in my videos. I don't want to give her no shine, and I just don't want to talk about her. But it made me kind of look even more like, I don't like the way they talking down to Aiden, because I feel like people think Aiden is weak. And you know how people like to pounce on the weak person and just say whatever they want to say to the weak person. I wish Aiden would cuss their asses out. But let's move on. Let's move on. This ain't that type of a review. We go over to the gay fruit activists, the Fruity Patooties. They could have did something with this, but the only little interesting thing about this group is Jada was talking about this bad apple character, and Rockham was like, I think I would really like to be the bad apple because I really think I can do that well, and blah 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 blah. And Jada was like, yeah, I'm gonna be the bad apple. I love Jada, but that's what Rue tells these girls to do all the time. When you're the leader and you're in charge, you always set yourself up to win. You can't care about what everybody else exceeds at and what they will be successful in. No, this is a challenge. At the end of the day, someone is going home this week. You set yourself up for the role you want to do, and then y'all can argue and fight about what's left. Yes, ma'am, Jada. Yes, ma'am. Okay, over here with Heidi and Jackie and them, they 80-year-old triplets singing and dancing, whatever they gonna do. They really ain't getting into too much. Jackie has done improv before. She was kind of teaching them. Ooh, look at all. She was kind of teaching them the first rule of improv is always say yes or yes and. So she was setting them up for success. Now over here with Widow, they got the Squirrel Scouts. That to me was the second stupidest one. I didn't understand it. One of them had to be drunk, sexy, and smart. I agree with Nikki. It would have been better and funnier if they played up to opposites. Like Widow, to me, the drunk character is the easiest one. Anybody could have played drunk and been funny. So, Widow, you are the team captain. I understand. I'm with you, like Jada. Set yourself up for success. But at least maybe Nikki should have been smart. And I want to call her Trixie so bad. Crystal should have been sexy. Like, switch it up. Because, and then I'm jumping ahead a little bit. But God, I want to call her Trixie. Crystal, if you were going to play the smart one, where were your glasses? Maybe some textbooks, something that would have made you, maybe a pocket thing with the pens in it, something that would have gave us the nerdy role. Nikki, you were supposed to be the sexy scout. Why didn't you take that shirt tied up in a nice knot, push them breasts up, and show some skin? Why didn't you hack off 3/4 of that skirt and turn it into a sexy mini and show off some legs? Like, no one embraced the character. The only one that did a little bit with their character, which I appreciate, is Widow. She sprayed water down her face to look like she was a sweaty drunk. She had her skirt hiked into her padding to make it look like she was too drunk. She couldn't pull her skirt out her tights. I mean, at least she did something with it. Like, you all just looked the same. It was nothing sexy about you, Nikki, and it was nothing smart about you, Crystal. So, moving on. So now, I don't care about that. So, Rue goes around, talks to everybody, and the one part that caught my attention is when Rue got to the Fruity Patooties, and Rockham was like, I'm playing the orange. And Rue was like, okay. And then Jada was like, I'm going to be a bad, sad apple. And Rue started cracking up. And immediately, Rockham got jealous, insecure, what they call her, second guessing herself, and was like, hey, look. Rue was laughing at this apple roll. I need to be this apple. I cannot go home. And she just kept harping on it. And the whole time I'm watching, I'm like, Jada, if you give her the role, you setting yourself up for a disaster. But eventually I saw the confession when Jada was like, if she think I'm giving her this apple roll, she crazy. So I'm happy Jada ain't fall for it. So, wait, did I skip some stuff? Okay, let's get into the challenge. The first ones we saw are the 80-year-old trios, Heidi, Jackie, Gigi. They did, to me, now later on the runway, old girl said she thought Sherry and them were the best. I disagree. This trio was the best. They were in character and they had me laughing. Usually when I watch these little skits, it's for entertainment, but none of them really make me laugh. They had me cracking up, like Jackie and Heidi. They were in it, and Heidi is amazing. I think Heidi is going to give a lot of these girls a run for their money. I can see Heidi making it because she's doing good at these challenges, and Heidi is a lip sync assassin. Heidi is going to, if she's ever in that bottom two, you going home. You going home. Now, like Heidi had the thing with the flippers and they would fall out her mouth. And then Gigi just straight up died in the middle of the skit and they were just carrying Gigi around. And to me, it's hard to play dead. Like Gigi, I think even though she was dead 90% of the skit, she was doing her thing. Like she came back alive at the end and she was doing her thing then too. And then Heidi and Jackie died. Like they, to me, that team did the best. They were hilarious. They were playing off of Ross and Charo. And who they had, Ornacia, little baby head up there talking in the background. It was hilarious. They did the hoochie coochie or the coochie coo, whatever Charo does. They did that with Charo. Like when Ross was tossing it out to them, they would swing and hit it right back. Like they did, to me, they did an amazing job. Now, who went second? I think it was the Fruity Patooties. If not, I'm going to talk about all of them. The Fruity Patooties, I thought, did a good job, minus Dahlia. Like, Jan and Rockin' was in it. Dahlia was there. Ross was tossing it to her, and she just wanted to be sexy. I'm a sexy broccolini. And she couldn't even say that. Jan had to tell her, because they was like, what broccoli doing here? You ain't no damn fruit. Jan was like, she's a sexy broccolini. And she was like, yeah, I'm a sexy broccolini. And that's all she gave. That's all Dahlia gave. Dahlia did deserve to be in the bottom. And so, like, Jan and Rockham, they was carrying it, and it was kind of starting to flatline, but then Jada came in, and she killed it with the bad apple. She was like, y'all, I'm here to expose y'all. Y'all ain't even gay. And to me, what their team was missing were the gay activist jokes. They didn't even talk about being gay activists. Like, they was too busy looking at Dahlia and what she was doing. Like, they gave one joke. If they wouldn't have gave that one joke, I wouldn't not have even known that they were gay. And that was the joke of their skit, is that they're playing gay, and then Jada comes and exposes them. And then I didn't understand the apple fight. That was the only thing Dahlia did, is when she said, keep your stem out of my face. Like, she missed the whole joke with Latrice, which like, get those stems out of my face. Like, she missed the whole joke. Like, Jada can't do anything but sexy. I mean, if she didn't go home this week, she would have went home next week. Y'all agree? I think so. But we're going to get to that later. But they did all right. Now let's get over to the squirrels. To me, I think they did the worst. Like, Widow was carrying it, being drunk, but the Trixie girl, I can't never remember her name. Trixie number 2 was not funny. She was not playing smart, and Nikki was not being sexy. Ross was throwing it to him. He was trying, Ross, Charo, all of them, they were trying to get them to do something funny. And Widow would come in and be drunk and say something, and that would be funny. But the other two, dead, flatline, shot themselves in the foot. That Widow, I know you've already taped this and it's over. I don't know if you ever have an opportunity to get back to like All Stars or something like that. But if you ever do something like this again, or maybe this can go out to future drag racers if you're listening to this, don't pick your friends. You saw last year when Brooklyn had the opportunity to pick Vanjie, and she loved Vanjie as sitting right there on that line. Don't pick your friends. Pick people who are going to help you win the challenge. That's where Widow messed up, picking her friends. But moving on, last but not least, I mean, they could be least. I did not enjoy, Widow's team sucked. But I did not enjoy the 3 girls, 1 brain, everyone saying everything at the same time. That concept, it just annoyed me. It's like when a little kid repeats everything you say. I did not like it. It was not funny to me. I understand that because they were improvising and they didn't have a script, they kind of had to know where the person who was leading it was going to go so they could say the same words. But it would, to me, it would have been funnier if someone was off. Like if Aiden was just saying, like when Ross said, what's your favorite ice cream? If, say, Britta and Sherry would have said chocolate and Aiden would have said strawberry. That would have been funny to me because I'm like, bitch, y'all ain't got the same brain. But, like, they were playing it to the T. But let's move on. Let's just move on because I ain't like them the best. Now we back in the workroom. The mirror moment really wasn't nothing. The mirror moment was another opportunity for me not to like Sherry and Britta some more because they were talking down to Aiden some more, saying that they carried Aiden on their backs and they're known in New York for their improv and leading these shows or whatever they do. So this is what they do, and Aiden sucked as a leader. And I'm like, Aiden, cuss they asses out. Like, to me, how can you carry somebody when you all have to say the same words? I thought Aiden did an excellent job in the challenge, just like he did last week. Like, I don't like Aiden's, I don't like, kind of like how Trixie and this Crystal girl have a certain way that they paint their face every week. The way I don't want to say I don't like his face, but I haven't grasped that look yet. Like, it doesn't bother me as much as it bothered me week one, because, like, week one, it was a no ma'am. It's still a no ma'am to me. Why am I even saying all this? It has nothing to do with anything. I just wasn't really feeling Aiden's looks the first week, but I've always thought, especially after seeing him do the challenges the first week and the second week, I think Aiden is a contender. I think he's going to go a long way. I think he's very talented, and I like Aiden. But I don't like when people who may be quiet and shy get picked on by other people who are loud just because they're loud and they think that they're all that. Like, you can think that you all that, but let's keep going on. I don't want to talk about that. And then the only other thing in the mirror moment was Dahlia has a twin. Dahlia and his twin are very sexy. Like, I know they're gay, but they're sexy, and I like Dahlia. The runway this week is buttons and bows. I already don't like the theme, but let's get into it. Rue, Mama Rue, and that white leopard cut out with that big bow, all legs for days. And them boots, them thigh-high leopard, white leopard boots. Yes, ma'am, Mama Rue. Yes, ma'am. Rue, this season, Rue is killing it. Like, she used to wear a ton of gowns, and I loved her gowns. Like, I love Rue's looks. 98% of the time, I'm here for it. But this season, Rue is doing something totally new, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Let's get into the yes ma'ams and the no ma'ams of the runway. Number one is Jada. Jada will always get a yes ma'am, I think, this season from me. She had on like shades of pink. It kind of had buttons to kind of cinch the waist, but then it had bows going all down the sleeve, and it was kind of like an ombre effect of pinks. Her makeup is always flawless. The wig was a little bit big, but I liked how she just had one bow at the top. She didn't go overboard. I didn't like the bows on the shoes. A lot of the girls put a ton of bows on their shoes, and I did not like the bows on the shoes. I thought that was taking a step too far. But Jada gets a yes, ma'am. Dahlia, she just got a ma'am. Dahlia, I said I loved her color story. That mint green with that lilac purple mauve look. Beautiful cover story. I love the bunny ears with the bows on it. That headpiece was a yes, ma'am. The outfit was a no, ma'am, so I put them together and she just gets a ma'am. I didn't like the outfit because it just seemed like that satin fabric was tied around her body. Like, the front top part looked structured, but then you look at the back, it just looked like how you wrap up a beach towel in the back, and her ass was out for no reason. Like, it almost got a no ma'am if it wasn't for the headpiece and the color story. So, whatever, Dahlia. Rockham was a no ma'am. That was a no, ma'am. I did not like the Alice in Wonderland outfit. I know she was going for the Alice in Wonderland theme, but why did you have the bunny ears on? Alice did not wear bunny ears. I know it was a bunny in Alice in Wonderland, but you got to pick one character because then you have the Rapunzel hair. Like, pick one character, Rockham, and do that. If you wanted to do Alice in Wonderland, just do that with her bows, her hair. Leave the bunny ears alone and leave the Rapunzel hair alone. The Rapunzel hair just looked long and matted to me. Like, it was a no man. Next up was Jan. Jan is a yes ma'am. That voodoo doll burlap look with the cutouts, like she was being sewn together, but some of the cushion was falling out. And then she had the sequence heart with the needle in it, like Jan. And then that one huge burlap bow with buttons all over it. She came out with her face covered and a skirt. You didn't even need the reveal, Jan. You could have came out in the catsuit or the jumpsuit as one. I appreciate the reveal, but that was a yes ma'am. That was one of my favorites. You got maybe my second favorite. Heidi, I loved Heidi in the challenge, but this Pinocchio look was a no ma'am to me. Read me in the comments if you don't agree. But the Pinocchio, I didn't like it. Like, she just had on one bow, and I didn't hardly see any buttons until the end when she flashed her ass and she had 3 yellow buttons under the skirt. To me, you didn't meet the challenge. The highlight of your outfit was the Pinocchio nose. I mean, I understand the theme. I appreciate a theme. I ain't like it. Like, she had on more sequins and glitter than anything. So, it was a no, ma'am. Read me in the comments. Gigi is my favorite of the night. She got the capital yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Gigi. Yes, ma'am. That orange, number one, orange is my color. I love a good orange outfit. She says she has over 2,500 buttons sewn into that little blazer skirt jacket. Ugh, the boots, the matching buttoned up or buttoned down, just all button orange boots. Yes, ma'am. And then I believe in Untucked, I saw her with the orange button sunglasses. Yes, ma'am, Gigi. Like, the luggage, the matching, I understand why you did the luggage and stuff to make it a theme. The fashion, like, Gigi is gonna be my favorite. I think Gigi is gonna be a favorite. Her makeup, yes, ma'am. The hair, that wig was one I didn't like. The wig just looked cheap. That was the only thing, Gigi. The wig just looked cheap, but that was the only thing. Next, Jackie got a no, ma'am. I hate yellow and pink hair. I hate yellow and pink. It was a period piece. It reminds me of those Gone with the Wind. I love Gone with the Wind, but I stick with that 60s mod theme, Jackie. That what you did week 1 was it. This I ain't like it. You could have came up with something else for bows and buttons. No, ma'am, Jackie. Widow, you get a no, ma'am. Now, I know you all pre-pack and you got to wear what you got. But we already seen Crystal be a clown week 1. Didn't she come in with Crystal? Yes. So, I know y'all have to gag when you be like, damn, she's already a clown. Or like when Aiden had the raindrops and then Sherry came out with the raindrops. You have to be like, damn, this bitch got on raindrops and I got raindrops. Like, I didn't like the clown. That clown was not better than Crystal's clown. And then it was a brown crown, and then you had on this brown headpiece that didn't blend with your foundation, so it just looked like your foundation was lighter than your skin, but it really was just whatever kind of headpiece you had on was darker than your skin. You didn't wear a wig. The clown, and then you said it was high fashion. I said, where? This just looks like a clown outfit that's a little bit more expensive than Party City. Where is the fashion? Moving on, that was a no, ma'am. Crystal also got a no, ma'am. She just had on pink and red. She had on a huge pink or red bow. It was a cute wig. That was a cute wig. I hate the makeup. I hate the Trixie makeup. Your makeup is worse than Trixie's. Like, it was too much. Like, you have on so much makeup. I understand what Michelle Visage is saying. Like, you have on so much makeup, you can barely see any skin. Like, you have, your eyes go from here to here, blush is all here, your lips is all here. Like, you only see maybe 1% of your skin. You have on so much clown makeup. I don't like it. The outfit just looked like fabric swinging in the wind. It was no fashion. And I did like your boots. Those little booties with the baby pink buttons on them, I'll wear those down the street right now. So you do get a little bit for the boots. Booties. But the rest is a no, ma'am. Nikki Doll gets a yes, ma'am. Mostly because I love that button wig that come. I love a nice headpiece that can come over one eye. Sexy. We've seen that outfit where it looks like you're putting it together because you see, like, what you have, the measuring tape, the stitching. She was doing a little Cinderella theme. I got it. I didn't get it at first. Got hair. And to Michelle was saying something about the mouse. I don't know. It was just a yes ma'am. You could have still had a yes ma'am without the mouse on your dress. But moving on. Aiden, a no ma'am. Aiden, all you had on was a red dress with glued on bows, and you had that same Pussycat Doll wig with a ton of beauty supply store barrettes. It was a no ma'am, Aiden. You got to step up the fashion. I like you, Aiden, but you got to step up the fashion. What is the queen's name who Michelle read every season, every week about her fashion, but she still won? Gosh, what is her name? It's right here on the tip of my tongue. I liked her too. She was funny. But Michelle read her every week. And last is Britta. Britta got a yes ma'am. That baby pink dress. I'm a pink girl. I love pink. It had the right amount of buttons. It had the right amount of bows. I love that cutout right in the middle of that thigh with the buttons flinging there and flinging at the bottom. The only critique, Britta, I did not like all those extra bows on the shoes. The dress was enough. Britta, the dress was enough. You didn't have to go overboard with the shoes. But you still got a yes, ma'am. I'm not going to speak about Sherry. I'm going to try to say her name as least amount as possible. So let's get to the critiques. Everyone is safe. The tops are Heidi, Jackie, and Sherry. And the bottoms are Dahlia, Crystal, and Nikki, which I thought. Like, I would have had all of them in the bottom as well. I think, I'll skip all that fluff. Y'all watched it. Sherry wins. I think Heidi or Jackie could have won if their runways was a little bit better. I know I didn't talk about Sherry's runway. I don't want to. I will say I liked it. Okay. So I believe that's what gave Sherry the win. But I don't know what the judges were watching. I did not enjoy their skit. Like, out of everyone else's skit, I would have put Jada at the top. Like, to me, Jada saved that Fruity Patootie group. Or I would have just had Heidi, Jackie, and Gigi, because Gigi was doing her part. I know she played a corpse 80% of the time, but Gigi did her thing. Whatever. Sherry won. We saw on VH1, they flashed that I know she won $5,000, but they donated $5,000 to a charity. Like, to me, VH1, either you're going to show this season or you're not. You're either going to show this season or you're not. You can't keep, because it's already rumored that Sherry does very well. So every week you can't keep just saying, oh, here's a $5,000 here because Sherry won. Here's $5,000 there because Sherry won. Show the season or don't. If you are that outraged on what Sherry has done, which you should be outraged, take it off and give those queens another opportunity. I personally understand why you're keeping it on, because we've already fallen in love with a lot of the queens, especially me, someone who doesn't really follow drag culture as closely as others, and I really get my insight to it through RuPaul's Drag Race. I do want to see a lot of these queens and what they will do, but I do understand not having this dark cloud over the season. But it's not fair to them, the ones who are on the show, for it to be scrapped and they don't get their opportunity to showcase themselves. Like, I understand both sides, but to me, VH1, you can't just keep, because to me, for VH, this is what I want to say. Forgive me. Read me if I say it wrong. To me, for VH1, as much money as y'all got, you donating $5,000 to a charity is nothing. To me, it's a slap in the face. Like, if you really want to give back because you feel bad for airing Sherry on the TV and it's already tabled, you could have gave $50,000. Or I ain't trying to count nobody money, but to me, just to say, oh, we gave Sherry $5, here y'all go. $5,000 for VH1 is nothing. And so don't keep showing that to me on my TV screen. Just let us watch it. We know what Sherry did. We're going to enjoy the other queens and ignore Sherry. She already out, disqualified. Okay, moving on, because I don't want to talk about her. In the bottom, y'all already know it was Nikki, and Dahlia, who had to lip sync. They did No More Problems by Ariana Grande. This lip sync battle was very lackluster. Honestly, if it wasn't the first lip sync of the season, Ru could have sent both of them home. Both of them could have went home. But to me, and what I saw on the TV, Dahlia did better than Nikki. Dahlia should have stayed. Nikki should have went home. To me, I ain't no judge, but this is my channel. Dahlia had not even been lip singing. It should have been Crystal and Nikki, and one of them or both of them could have went home. I think they already knew Dahlia was the filler queen. I think they want Nikki Dow on the show because of whatever it is. She's French. They want to give her some airtime. We love her fashions. Yes, we do. I don't know why they want to keep Trixie number 2. She could have went home. Period. But I understand why Dahlia just walked off. She was pissed. I mean, Dahlia, you didn't do all that. You didn't get no yes ma'ams. It wasn't nobody in the background like saying Dahlia is killing it. But you did give a little more than Nikki. Like you was dipping it and doing it with the facials, and you was kind of swinging it, the hips. Like Nikki gave nothing. If Nikki gets in the bottom again, she's going home. Ru, if you want to save Nikki going further, you have to keep her out the bottom too. Because I don't see anyone losing to her. She gave nothing. She gave nothing. At least Dahlia gave you a little bit of sexiness. I understand you, Dahlia. You do have to lose graciously. You do at least have to thank Ru for the opportunity, because if it wasn't, I know it's hard to go home first, but at least you got a full episode. I appreciate that, where the queens got at least 2 episodes this season. And you got your opportunity to showcase yourself. You're going to get booked. People like you. You are a looks queen. But you have to learn how to at least say thank you for the opportunity. But I do understand. I believe it was a setup in the beginning. They wanted to save Trixie number 2 for whatever reason. And maybe they thought Nikki would give a little bit more to save Dahlia, but I believe they was going to save Nikki regardless. Nikki could have stood there and just opened her mouth like, and she would have been saved. But moving on, I did watch Untucked this week. Untucked really didn't give that much. What did I say? Everyone liked Heidi. She has the ick factor. They was kind of like, yeah, we put her in the bottom, but we ain't gonna do that no more. Like, Heidi has to step it up with her looks, but I think her talent will save her, and that's fine. I mean, not everyone, just moving on. Aiden made me laugh because Aiden is still upset. She brought up the, like, whole Widow, why did you pick me last? And then when Widow was getting ready to say, well, let me explain, she was like, I don't need you to explain. I really don't give a fuck. I was like, Aiden, why did you ask? Why did you bring it up just to say you don't care? Okay, and now everyone thinks Gigi is pretty. Okay, Untucked, it's going to take a week. It's going to take maybe week 3, maybe week 4 for these ladies to really get on each other's nerve, for Untucked to really get good, because it didn't really give anything. All the girls are back now. For whatever reason, Crystal is crying. Everyone is telling Crystal, oh, it's okay. You did so good. We love you, Crystal. We love you, Crystal. La, 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 la. Whatever. Dahlia is pissed. She over it. They was like, this bitch did awful in the challenge, and you just want to coddle her because she was crying. She was like, I got to prepare for this lip sync because I'm getting ready to send Crystal home. Because Dahlia just knew. Dahlia, I think, really didn't think she was going to have to lip sync. I didn't either. Like, it should have been Crystal and Nikki, but we ain't going to go back there. But that's pretty much it. And then Dahlia came back, and she kind of explained that she was pissed and she shouldn't have walked off the stage the way she did. But you can't redo it, Dahlia. But I mean, I think everyone in a competition setting can kind of understand. I don't think any of the ladies took it personally. They all wrote her notes. And I mean, can Dahlia come back for All Stars? Maybe if she would. Somebody, I don't know who channel said it, but they said it like, if you get voted off first, you always have to have something in the back of your mind so you can come back, because look at what Vanjie did. All she did was say her name 3 times and walk backwards, and bam, Vanjie is it. Like, everyone loves Vanjie. Soju got on stage talking about a busting cyst, the nastiest crap ever. And look at Soju. Everyone makes cis jokes, and I see Soju all over my Instagram. And then look at Mercedes. Just because she couldn't get her lines right with opulence, we earn everything, or you know, you gotta have something to be memorable, Dahlia. And everybody is sexy, so that we not gonna remember sexy. But I'm gonna remember you, Dahlia, because you're Aja's daughter, and I love Aja, so that's something that will make me remember you. All right, y'all, get in the comments. Let me know what you all think about the runways, the episode, all that good stuff. Let's have some good conversations down in the comments. Go ahead and subscribe to Kiss My Cheeks TV, because I will be doing Drag Race all season long. Hopefully, since we supposed to be quarantined, we really ain't, because I gotta go to work. I gotta go to work tomorrow, just like probably all of y'all gotta go to work. So, but at least school is out. That means track meets are out for 2 weeks. So at least for maybe the next 2 weeks, I'll have Drag Race on time. I'm sorry, y'all. But like, comment, share, all that good stuff. And I will see y'all later. Bye.